There are moments in our daily routines when, despite being surrounded by people, we feel strangely disconnected, as though no one truly sees, hears, or understands us. The sensation of not being loved can be overwhelming. It can creep in silently and settle deep in our hearts, making us question our worth, our identity, and even our purpose. The search for genuine love then begins to feel like an endless and uncertain path, one filled with doubts, emotional wounds, and unfulfilled hopes. However, it's crucial to understand something profoundly transformative. Love in its purest and most authentic form is not merely an emotion we feel on the surface. According to Carl Jung, love is a profound inner process. It is not about fleeting moments of passion or idealized connections. Rather, love reflects the ongoing journey of self-discovery and inner understanding that every human being must undertake. When you feel loved, what you are truly experiencing is a reflection of the love that already exists within you. Love doesn't begin with another person. It begins with you, and when you feel empty, unloved, or emotionally abandoned, it's a signal, an urgent call to look inward and examine the relationship you have with yourself. Jung encourages us to dive deep into our inner world and explore how our past experiences, our hidden fears, and our deeply rooted insecurities shape the way we relate to others. Ask yourself sincerely, do you truly love yourself in the way you deserve to be loved? For Jung, real love is not instant. It's not something that magically appears when you meet the right person. True love is a path, often winding and difficult, that forces us to confront the parts of ourselves that we've suppressed, rejected, or tried to hide. He referred to these parts as the shadow, the emotional baggage, the flaws, the pain, and the unresolved memories. And genuine love involves facing that shadow, acknowledging its existence, and accepting it as a vital and inseparable part of who we are. This process of embracing the shadow is not meant to break us, but to liberate us at the key to personal transformation, and to the experience of true love lies in what Jung called individuation, the process of becoming who we are meant to be, the unveiling of our authentic self beyond masks, roles, or societal expectations. When someone truly loves you, they do not try to mold you into what they want you to be. They encourage you to be exactly who you are and to walk your own path of personal growth. That kind of love is not possessive. It is liberating. It is not dependent on perfection, but anchored in acceptance. Jung believed that love is a force of personal evolution, a powerful tool for growth. Love in its highest form pushes us to go beyond our limitations. It invites us to confront our vulnerabilities instead of hiding from them. Love is not a safe haven of perfection. It is a fertile ground where we can grow and evolve not only individually, but also in connection with another person. Seen from this perspective, love becomes a mirror, a space, and an invitation to explore the depths of who we truly are. That's why feeling alone or unloved is often not a reflection of others' absence, but a sign that you are disconnected from yourself. Jung taught that true love begins with the acceptance of oneself. If you don't love yourself, it becomes incredibly difficult to receive love from someone else. Real love doesn't come from finding someone to complete you. It comes from discovering your own completeness and then sharing that wholeness with another. In healthy relationships, Genuine love expresses itself when both individuals are free to be who they are without fear of judgment. This kind of love is unconditional and not based on expectations. Instead, it is founded on mutual respect for each other's individuality. When someone truly loves you, they are not there to save you. True love is not emotional dependency. It is a shared space for mutual growth. Jung believed that love is built through authentic connection, and this connection can only exist when both people are willing to confront their own fears and shadows. It takes courage and vulnerability. Genuine love invites you to look within and to discover your true needs and boundaries. It's not about being perfect. It's about being honest with who you are and what you need. This kind of radical authenticity is the foundation of a transformative relationship where both people support each other on the path to self-realization. So if you find yourself feeling unloved, perhaps the first question to ask isn't why doesn't anyone love me, but rather, am I willing to love myself the way I truly need to be loved? Jung reminds us that true love isn't something we find out there. It's something we awaken within ourselves. And only when we love and accept all parts of who we are can we begin to attract people who truly see and appreciate us. Love is not a passive experience. It is an active force that requires daily action, presence, and commitment. When someone truly loves you, they walk beside you through the storms and the healing. They embrace the hard conversations, knowing that love is not about keeping things comfortable. It's about turning them into something profound and meaningful. Jung saw authentic relationships as a reflection of our inner journey. The quality of the love we give and receive is directly tied to our capacity to know and understand ourselves. The deeper we go within, the more meaningful our connections become. Genuine love is a co-creative act, a shared journey toward truth and self-understanding. If love feels like it's slipping through your fingers, that may be the perfect moment to turn inward and begin the sacred work of self-exploration that Jung so passionately advocated. Because only when you are fully and unapologetically who you are will you begin to attract the kind of love that doesn't want to change you, but embraces you entirely. As we move through life, we often face inner battles that make us wonder if we are truly worthy of love. Jung understood that love, like self-awareness, is not a destination. It is a lifelong journey. It's not merely about finding love in others, but about discovering the well of love that already lives within you. According to Jung, the path to authenticity is a deep, intimate journey inward that begins the moment we stop searching outside of ourselves for what has always resided within. We often seek validation from others, but the truth is, real love begins the instant we understand that the most vital validation is the one we give to ourselves. Self-love is not merely a phrase. It is a lifelong practice that means embracing not only our strengths, but also our flaws, our pain, and our shadows. Healing does not come from suppressing these parts, but from integrating them into the whole of who we are. Genuine love pushes us to face not only the beautiful parts of ourselves, but also the ones that make us uncomfortable. It shines a light into the dark corners of our being and creates a safe space for us to do that inner work. Someone who truly loves you will not run from your vulnerability. A person who truly loves you engages in your journey toward healing and self-discovery, not to fix you, but to support you while you find your own path. This love does not fear imperfection because it understands that imperfections are not failures. They are essential to our growth. When we learn to love ourselves in this way, we begin to embrace our weaknesses with curiosity instead of shame. We stop measuring our worth by standards of perfection and begin to value the honesty of our emotional experience. True love is also revealed through freedom. When someone truly loves you, they respect your autonomy and encourage your personal growth. This kind of love creates a sacred space where both individuals can be fully themselves without fear of rejection. It does not control or manipulate. It invites and welcomes the beloved to walk their own path. Jung teaches us that real love transforms us. It challenges us not in a way that breaks us down, but in a way that calls forth the strongest parts of who we are. It asks us to evolve and to enter the vast unknown territory of who we might become. The person who truly loves you doesn't see you as broken. They see you as someone in the process of becoming. And it is this kind of love that ultimately leads us to transformation. Through love, we gather the strength to face our shadows and acknowledge our limitations without shame. We begin to integrate all the rejected parts of ourselves, learning to welcome both our light and our darkness, knowing that both are essential to becoming whole. With this integration, we draw closer to our truest self. Love becomes a mirror that not only reflects who we are now, but also reveals what we are capable of becoming. Real love does not settle for superficial comfort. It delves into the psyche, into our fears and our longings. It shows us the walls we've built from fear and gives us the courage to tear them down. But this journey of transformation is not quick or easy. As Jung once said, the path toward authenticity is long and full of challenges, but true love walks alongside us as a powerful force that urges us to confront life's trials with courage. Through this transformative journey, we come to know what it truly means to be loved. Not for the mask we wear, but for who we really are. When you feel unloved, the first step is to turn inward. Jung reminds us that everything we need is already within us, waiting to be discovered. Only when we love who we are without judgment can we become capable of receiving genuine love from others. True love doesn't always appear the way we imagine. It's not a fairy tale. Difficulties don't destroy love. They create the very space in which real connection is forged. Love is fluid. It evolves, adapts, and strengthens over time. It is not based on attachment, but on flexibility and acceptance. Jung invites us to see love not only as a safe haven, but also as a space where people can grow freely and, most importantly, be seen and accepted for who they really are without masks. When you truly love someone, what you're really doing is accepting them completely, their strengths, their flaws, and their vulnerabilities. Genuine love doesn't thrive on what is perfect. It lives in the hidden corners and the quiet gestures of everyday care. Jung understood that love is not only an emotional experience, but a deeply psychological and spiritual one. It integrates every part of our being, guiding us toward wholeness. When we love, we face not only the other person, but ourselves. And through that confrontation, we find greater inner peace. Someone who truly loves you provides the space for this integration. It's about a deep commitment to your growth and encouraging you to be yourself without changing to meet someone else's expectations. What truly matters in a deep, loving relationship is the ability to be vulnerable together. Rather than hiding our weaknesses, true love welcomes them. Vulnerability becomes a shared space for growth, where both people can explore who they are without fear of judgment. This kind of love doesn't rely on perfection or image. It's grounded in the mutual acceptance of our shared humanity. In the end, that is the essence of true love. From Jung's perspective, love is a deeply transformative experience, one that involves self-awareness, vulnerability, and growth. It's a deliberate and ongoing commitment to the journey of discovering one's true self and allowing another person to do the same. Real love sees beyond the mask and into the soul. It recognizes the chaos, the contradictions, and the beauty within that person. And in doing so, it becomes a mirror through which we can also see ourselves with greater clarity. Jung reminds us that the true key is not merely to receive love from someone else, but to learn how to give it fully, and just as importantly, how to receive it without resistance. Real love requires openness. It demands the willingness to be seen as we are, with all our complexities and imperfections. Only when we allow ourselves to be truly vulnerable and drop the defenses can we access the transformative power of love. Love is not a transaction. It's a sacred space where love flows freely and continuously. However, this does not mean love should be limitless. Jung emphasized the importance of boundaries, self-respecting limits that protect our individuality. Love does not mean losing ourselves. It nurtures each person's individuality. When someone truly loves you, they don't just celebrate your victories. They also stand by you when you fall. They don't judge you for your mistakes. Instead, they help you learn from them. This kind of love creates a safe, accepting space where your failures are not a source of shame, but an opportunity for evolution. Jung spoke of a romantic relationship as a mirror. Through our partner's eyes, we begin to see ourselves differently, discovering parts of our unconscious self that we had never faced before. Love in its most profound form doesn't just teach us about the other person. It teaches us about ourselves. In the act of loving and being loved, we come face to face with our inner world, our unspoken fears, and our long-forgotten shadows. And because we are held in love, we are able to explore these parts in safety and without judgment. We begin to live more authentically because we are no longer divided within ourselves. This kind of love requires bravery. It calls on us to be courageous enough to reveal our hearts even when we are afraid. Vulnerability becomes the very foundation for intimacy. And make no mistake, this kind of love is not easy to find, nor is it easy to sustain. Real relationships demand effort and conscious daily work from both people involved. Love is not about instant gratification. It is a living, evolving process built day by day through patience, mutual respect, and deep understanding. It is a shared willingness to grow and evolve together. True love is not about possession or dependency. It is about freedom, the freedom to be yourself fully, and the courage to allow the other to do the same. As Carl Jung understood it, love is a living, breathing force that we must actively build, nurture, and protect. It challenges us to grow and to understand that the most profound relationships are those that demand a constant willingness to be truly authentic. Love in its highest form is not just about another person. It's about who we become in the presence of love. It becomes a powerful process of self-transformation. Genuine love allows us to see ourselves as we truly are, both the light and the shadow. Real love is a deep and sometimes uncomfortable journey towards self-knowledge and radical acceptance. It opens our eyes to what lies beyond our insecurities and reminds us that what really matters is the authenticity with which we offer ourselves to life. When we begin to love ourselves fully, we prepare ourselves to both receive and give love in its truest form. And it is only then, when we are whole within, that we attract relationships that inspire us, challenge us, and elevate us. True love in its deepest essence is not merely an encounter with another person. It's an encounter with our own soul. It's not something we chase in the outside world. It is something we cultivate within ourselves. If this message resonates with you, I invite you to take a moment to reflect on how love shows up in your life. Are you allowing yourself to be vulnerable? Are you loving yourself in the way that you truly deserve? Real love always starts within. And only when we dare to be authentic, when we truly accept who we are, can we draw in the kind of love that mirrors that same depth. If you believe this message might help someone else, I encourage you to share it. Together, we can build a community where love, authenticity, and personal growth are the foundation of our relationships. I would love to hear your thoughts. What does love mean to you? How are you living it in your life? Your experiences could be the inspiration someone else needs. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now is the perfect time. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video. Thank you for being a part of this journey. I'll see you in the next video, and always remember, true love begins with you.